Hello, everyone. Howdy. It's William here. Whew. I've been rushing around all day. But we're here. Everything's good. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. I'm at home. I planned to do this from Star Cottage, but I had to run home, and that's just what time I ended up being at home at this time. So luckily I brought my stuff. I'm going to show you some new gemstones today that are at 20% off. So this is just like yesterday. If you tuned in yesterday, you already know what's going on. These gemstones will have lot numbers, and you can send us an email. I'm going to put the banner up right now. There it is. To purchase from this video, take down each lot number, send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com. So that's going to be the gemstone portion of this. And then we're going to take a look at some of the AG fine pewter. The AG fine pewter that we have. I picked out about 20 more pieces from that collection to show you, because right now the AG fine pewter, you can use discount code MAMA in the online store to save on that. So you're going to get 20% off the gemstones. I have the prices marked. I have the original price, and then I have the discounted price shown on the label, so you know what you're paying when we invoice. If you purchase from the invoices and you purchase from the online store, we will do our best to combine orders for you, okay? So we're going to try and keep track of all of that and combine any orders that we can. If you order regularly, your orders may be combined in different ways. We do refund shipping as long as the shipping amount, we refund whatever shipping we don't use generally. We don't try to make money off of shipping, but sometimes the more you order, the heavier packages get. And when we combine them together, sometimes we do end up using a lot of that shipping money. Just depends on weight and what happens. So just so you know, we will do our best to combine and refund any shipping overages. Hello, Marianne. Thanks for joining us. I didn't think you'd be here for a previous commitment at 1:15. So we're going to be doing this probably right up till about 5:30, because we normally go pretty long, and I only have until 5:30 today. Then I've got to get in the car and head to my pottery class. So that's why we're doing it early today. People are probably like, what are you doing? I tried to send it on email to let people know. I tried to post this on Facebook and Instagram and all that earlier so people would know on YouTube. We're doing this early today because Andrew is at his class in Johnstown at the CMA, the Center for Metal Arts, and he has been getting home completely worn out. This class is taking a lot out of him. Not only that, but he's also staying up late working on some of his projects that he's working on in the class. So he's up late, he's up early, off to go to work, go to class, and so you haven't seen him on the live. It's just been me here the last few days because he has been worn out. He has been literally falling asleep eating dinner. He was trying to make a post yesterday and he kept nodding off doing it. As soon as his head hits the pillow, usually I'll come up and say good night if I'm staying up later than him. And it's been as soon as his head hits the pillow, he is out completely. I may as well stop talking to him because he is gone. So he has been getting home pretty much incapacitated to do a live. So I decided to do a live early today so that we would do this and hang out with you, and we'd be able to show you some stuff, and hopefully you'll be able to find something you like, and we'll get some support that way and have some income coming in today. So that would be good. This discount code MAMA, I've decided to let it go until tomorrow at midnight. I was going to do it tonight at midnight, but with these extra gemstones, I want to give people a chance to watch the replay, because the 20% on these gemstones is only good as long as that discount code is good. So discount code MAMA will end tomorrow at midnight Eastern time. 11:59 p.m. Eastern time is how we usually do it, to make sure that it all works out right. So you can continue to save on 20% on most things in the online store. That includes all the gemstones we already have in the online store. So there's a lot there, and you can save 20% off there. But I'm going to show you these ones here today, and hopefully you'll like those as well. So let's see who's here. Suzanne is here. Hello. Danette is joined in. Hello, Danette. Says, I'm going to listen while I work. Sandra's also listening while she works. I like that. Danette asked, the tornado wasn't near you, was it, William? Supposedly it was. We got tornado warnings but we got at one point for a very quick amount of time. It didn't last very long. We got some very severe thunder, lightning, and rain, and then it was gone. So I don't know where the tornado actually touched down, but or was seen, but I could imagine it was close because the weather we got was wild for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then it pretty much subsided and went away. So I don't know where it touched down or where it was seen, but I knew there was one. They've said there was one near Ligonier, but the cottage is okay. We're okay. We're all fine. So knock on wood, all was okay. There was a point though I was about ready to grab everyone and head to the basement because it got so crazy. And there were two very, very, very loud thunderclaps. Like normally Barnaby does not get upset with storms. He's usually cool and calm, but the thunder hit so hard, he jumped out of the bed. Like literally, it made me jump too. And there were two like that, and then it was gone. So I don't know where the tornado was, but I know it. Some people said it did some damage, so I haven't found out yet though. Let's see, Norma is here. Hello, hello. Denise says, do you guys ever sleep? No. I sleep more than Andrew sleeps. I try to get my 7 to 8 hours in. I am no good without it. And with my heart issues, I've been really trying to take care of that a little better, take care of me a little better. But generally our schedule is pretty wild. Like I think I got to bed at, again, around 4 in the morning, and I got up around 11 today. So it's at 7 hours. That's not too bad. I wanted to get up earlier. I was really up around 10 and just kind of like dozing, you know, kind of snoozing from 10 to 11, but 10 was a little bit early for me. But I had to get up early because I had to get this live ready for y'all. I had to go in and see Barb. Barb is in today doing some shipping, so I had to go in and see her and kind of help her organize everything because I know what's going on through the whole process, from us showing it, to you purchasing it, to me invoicing you for it, to the things you've requested if you want this particular strand or that particular strand. Barb does not always know all this. And it's hard to let her know all this because I don't want to inundate her. Because usually when I'm doing this, it's 11, 12, 1 in the morning, 11, 12 at night, 1 in the morning. I don't want to start text messaging her notes. And I'm not up early enough to text message her notes in the morning when she gets there. She gets there sometimes very early. She's like very early for us. She's there at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes she's finishing a chunk of her day before I even get up or get around to things. So it's been a day. Marian says, at least Andrew's getting some sleep. Yeah, a few hours. He went to bed last night, but then the storm woke him up. I think he thought I was in bed sleeping too, and he thought the windows were still open, so he jumped up to run around and close all the windows, and I had already closed them all. So he was up for a few hours more than he should have been, but he did get some rest at least. Sandra says, I agree, Danette. Do they sleep? Not much. Not much. I do try and get, like I said, Andrew sleeps less than me. He has a harder time sleeping unless he's completely worn out. But when he's on his schedule, he has a harder time sleeping. When he has to get up in the morning, like for these classes, and then does it all day long, and these classes are hard work, and then comes home, he sleeps pretty well, at least for a few hours. Suzanne says, here comes Cinnamon. I tried to get Barnaby in here today, but he was yelling at me to let him outside. And so he didn't want to come up. He was trying to get me to come down. So he didn't get to come in today. Sorry, I was just looking at some stuff here. Okay. Denise says, I know you're busy, but I've sent a few emails. Not sure if they're getting to you. I think the only thing that I have not gotten to is, I think you had a question about stained glass. And that I don't know about. I've not been able to really talk with Andrew much to ask him if he knows any place to get that. But I think all of the other things you had been asking about, I did not look at anything. I see I have an email from you today. I've not checked my email. This is the first time I'm looking at my email today over here. So I've not checked the email yet. But other than that, I know you've asked about the metal beads. They've been invoiced. We talked about that yesterday. The TH lots, those have been invoiced. We talked about that yesterday. So I think anything else, if there's anything other than that, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see here. I think the tornado touched down near Latrobe Reservoir, Berkeley Spring Trail. We had a nasty storm here very, very early this morning. Yeah, our nasty storm came in at 3:15 to about 3:45 last night. And then it was gone. Gone. For the most part. I mean, it still rained a little bit, but the big bad storm, that's where it was. Marianne says, glad it blew over quickly and all are safe. Thank you. Yeah, so we're on here early so we can chit chat a little bit and do the live today. Marianne says, gotta go, may see you later. Okay, Marianne, we'll see you later. I thought you said you'd be okay around 4, so I figured if we start early, you can join us later. Dinesh says, I was worried that I missed an invoice. That's why I asked. I think I'm the only one that worries when I don't receive a bill. Yeah, it's okay. You can always ask. But I was trying to, like, the metal beads I think I tried to tell people in the live all the time. The metal beads, they took a while. They were in the van. It's one of the few times we actually took the van recently. And so I left them in the van. And I needed to have them at the cottage to sort them all out. And unfortunately, those two things didn't line up for a while. Getting the van up to the cottage or getting the stuff out of the van, I kept forgetting to grab it. So it just took me a little while. But the metal beads are done. All those invoices are done. All of the TH lots that anyone has claimed up until today should be accounted for. So everything should be billed for people, including the gemstones last night, if you grabbed anything. So I think we're all caught up that way. Barb is working on catching us up on shipping. So I think that's where we're at. The discount code MAMA lasts through tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. So you can grab stuff there. What is that? 11:10, 9, 8, 8:59 p.m. About 9 o'clock on Pacific time. What else? I think that's about it. How are y'all doing? How's your day? How's this afternoon doing? It's such a weird time. There's like, it feels totally different, right? It feels totally different doing it now. The birds are out chirping. Normally everything's kind of hushing down a little bit toward night when we do this. And I hear people out. Normally people are about done with their day outside. Or at least they smell food cooking coming in. None of that going on now. So it's a very different feeling right now. So hopefully you're doing well. I've got some nice gemstones for you today. These are gemstones that we have that have not gotten into the online store yet. And we're giving you 20% off of these because if they were in the online store with that discount code MAMA, you would technically be saving on them. So instead of not giving you a discount on them, we figured, hey, let's show you them and give you a chance to grab them. A number of you grabbed some goodies yesterday, so hopefully you will like to grab some goodies today too. Continue to get things out to you and bring income to us to help us continue on while we're moving our store to Johnstown, which is a slow process and we only have like 2 weeks to do it. So it's starting to feel like that. But it has to get done, right? It has to get done. Suzanne says, got my housework done, chose colors for our house, so doing good. Awesome. That's awesome. What colors did you choose? Did you tell us what color? Was that a new thing? Someone else was that you choosing colors? Someone else was choosing colors for their house most recently, I feel like. Was that you? Can't remember. There was some green in there maybe. But that's good. Who else? Anybody else here that's not saying hi? What have you all been working on? I see Harry's not here, at least that I see, but I see Harry was working on some things. He did the No Place Like Home exhibition challenge that we issued. and did a wire house with some wood pieces and some things that meant home to him. So that was great to see. Very good to see that. I was happy about that. Dennis says, my day's going well. Hurt my back a little yesterday when I was moving a tote of hand soap that I have on hand. I'm a hand soap hoarder. Well, I'm glad you have enough hand soap to go around, but I'm sorry you hurt your back a little bit. I know that's like, I was mowing yesterday and I don't know what I did, because normally this side hurts. This is my hurting side. I don't know what I do. I hold tension in this side or do something, but it's normally like this temple, this shoulder, this back, this arm is like very tense all the time. And I get headaches on this side. But yesterday I was mowing and I could feel as I was pushing. And it's not like we have like this all-terrain necessary thing, because our land is pretty flat. It's a hill, it's a slight incline, but it's not like this. But as I was pushing it, this side, I felt something, and then last night I had a headache so bad on this whole side. It was getting close to a migraine. Like light was starting to affect me. Sound was affecting me. I couldn't look at my phone. I watched a little bit of TV because it was further away, and that was okay. But I listened to it very gently with headphones in instead of like turning up the volume. But yeah, so. But it's good today, I think, so far, knock on wood. Hopefully you're feeling better soon. Suzanne said, mid-tone peach and trim is light to mid-tone green. Nice. I like those colors. I like those colors a lot. Danette says, I'm getting my stash of bath and body lotions together to sell them. I can't use them. Why can't you use them? Anyway, sell them. Yeah, sell them off, right? Hello, Michelle. Good to see you here. Suzanne says, how's the tick? Oh, I almost forgot about that. I woke up and checked. I sometimes wake up and check my email kind of in the middle of sleeping. And I think they sent something. Let me see here. My tick results. I think it was clear. Everything was negative. Yes, I saw the one thing was negative. Lyme disease was negative, but it checked for lots of stuff. I don't know if you can all see all those things it checks for. There's like all these things over here. So lots of stuff and all negative. So says semi-engorged for 14 hours. I don't know what that means. It was not on me for 14 hours. It was not even engorged. It was this tiny little thing still. It hadn't swollen up yet. So thankfully, negative. No, at least in those tests. Now, I could have had something in the more comprehensive test. Comprehensive, that's what I was trying to think of yesterday. The more comprehensive test, but as long as it doesn't have that stuff, I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. So thanks for asking. Just got that today. Danette says, what's the name of that tick thing again that you sent the tick to? It is ticklab.org. 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 It's a Pennsylvania tick lab, tick research lab of Pennsylvania. And you can put your tick in you put it in a little Ziploc or a little plastic baggie. And you put that baggie in a padded envelope or a regular, just a mailing envelope, like a letter envelope, and address it to them, send it off, and they will, for free, you print off a form. You have to print off a form that you fill out, so you get the information. You include that form in the envelope too, so it matches up your information to the tick when they test it. But then they, for free, test this stuff, and like I said, you can also put your doctor's, I think, fax number. They allow you to put your doctor's fax number on there. So if it does come back positive, your doctor gets a notice that you may potentially have issues from this tick. So that's good, though. It's easy to do. It took, when I mailed it, it took about 4 days for them to get it. I think I mailed it on a Tuesday, and by the next Monday they had gotten it. And then I got notice that they got it, and then here now, so that was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So on Wednesday, it took them about 2 to 3 days to somewhere in there is how the time frame went. 2 to 3 days for me to get the results. And like I said, I don't know if you can send stuff in from other states. They seem to have a map on their website of other states and where ticks are being found. So maybe you can, but I know in Pennsylvania it's free. And there's a $50 and $100, I think, option to do more comprehensive tests if you really want to. And you can choose to pay for those. But the regular stuff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different things that they test for are free. Suzanne says, fantastic, thanks. Danette says, I think I'm allergic to lotions, plus the scent is so strong. I love the Naked Bee brand lotion. Yeah, sometimes scents are way too strong for me anymore too. I used to be one of those people that I had like 18 different colognes. And I used to love different scents. And I would wear them all the time. And then I got to the point where they started making me feel like I had allergies. Like I'd put cologne on and right away I'd start getting like a soreish throat. Like you know you get if you have severe allergies, you get that sore throat that's not really a sore throat, but well, it kind of is, but it's not from being sick. It's just from like the so I start getting that sometimes when I get put on colognes, and I start feeling very flushed, like hot. In my face and in my nose. So whatever that is, I don't know why. I've been getting better. I think all this stuff cycles, right? They say every 7 years, like your body completely changes. So I can wear some of it now, and I'm not as bad with it. But I would love to be able to wear all the scents again, but I don't know. It's a little bit hard, so I get it. It says, wonderful news about the tick being negative. Yes. Michelle says, that's good. Yes, I'm very happy about that because I was kind of dreading have to deal with if it was positive because it wasn't in me for long and I didn't get the bullseye. And I was like, what if it's positive? Then I'm going to have to figure out if I need to talk to my doctor or just watch out for symptoms. What am I going to do? You know, you go through all that. If you're like me and anxious, you go through that in your head all the time. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Should I even worry about this? Should I not worry about this? Should I just look out for things myself? Should I talk to my doctor, see what they're going to do? It's one of those things, right? So negative, don't even have to worry about it. I'm not worrying about it at all. Let's see here. Oh, let me get out of here, back here. Danette, I just saw your email looking for chain by the foot. In the store, we sell chain by the inch. So I do somewhere, and it might not be too hard to find, I do somewhere have a box that I marked, I think, with chain. Maybe. If I was smart, I put all the chain together. And we have chain by the inch. So if you are looking for chain, I can probably pull that out. It's generally a bright silver that we have, or a satin gold. Bright silver or satin gold are the two things. We have some that's going to be gunmetal too, like a dark gunmetal, I think, if I remember correctly. But I don't know what kind of smaller chain you're looking for. So we do have some. It's possible. I just have to find it. And that's the thing. Finding anything right now is a little bit difficult. In about 2 weeks, it should be a lot easier. Suzanne needs chain too. So the more people I have looking for something, the more it makes sense for me to go digging for it. So if anybody else is looking for chain, let me know. Because if more people are looking for it, it makes sense to go digging through the garage and the basement to find it. And I can get some pictures of it. So yeah, that's what's going on with me today, I think. I wanted to mow the grass this morning, but I took the time instead to take Barnaby and Gilbert outside and let them have a little bit extra time outside. So I need to mow the grass at the house. It's starting to look pretty crazy, but because it just rained last night, I wasn't even sure that I would be able to mow the grass because I don't like mowing when it's wet because the grass gets all clogged up and stuff. It's not great. And it doesn't take too long to mow the grass here. So as long as we have a nice day or two, I'll get the grass mowed soon. At least I got the cottage mowed. I was happy about that. That was the biggest thing because that's a bigger lot. The grass at the house here I can mow in 10, 15 minutes if I really have to. So I like to take more time and do it better, but if I just need to go through real quick, I can do that. So that was really my day. Started out with Barnaby and Gilbert and I going outside on the porch a little bit and hanging out for a little while. And then I got ready and ran up to the cottage, talked with Barb about a bunch of stuff, and got ready for this live. Wasn't much more than that to my day. I'd like to say I got more accomplished, but I did not because I was up too late working on stuff. I did send an email out, though, letting people know that we'd be going at 3 today. So that was good. But yeah, I think that's it for now. Let's see who's over there on Instagram with us. We got some new people I see joining us on Instagram. So thank you for joining us. If you are new to us, you're watching on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, we go live every weekday, pretty much. If we don't go live, it's an out of the ordinary thing. Our schedule is every weekday. Normally it's around 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And we generally chit chat like this for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, sometimes an hour, because we like to hang out with people and just chit chat and get to know people and also hang out with our friends, because that's what this is all about, community and friendship. And then we launch into our show where we show you things. Sometimes they're for sale. Sometimes it's a tutorial. Sometimes it's a demo. Sometimes it's brand new stuff. Sometimes it's stuff on sale like today. These are pretty new. Some of you may have seen some of these before, but mostly it's new stuff, and or it's probably new to a lot of you. We just haven't gotten them into the online store and maybe showed them once. So if you missed that, you missed them. And we're going to give you a discount today on them. Danette says, my friend and I have a meeting this evening about his invention market research part now. He has 3 patents on it. Nice. That should be fun. It's always fun seeing people be creative, right? Hopefully everything goes well for him. Michelle says, nice, Danette. Hope everything works out. Yeah. Yeah. Danette says, don't worry about the chain. I can wait until you get the store up and running again. Well, I'll take a look. If Suzanne wants some too, anybody else looking for chain, we can take a look and see what we've got. If you're interested in like satin gold or bright silver, I know that's what we have the most of. And I can maybe get some styles available. I think I did a live on the chain a long time ago. So if you find that live, we probably have a lot of that chain left. A lot of it probably has sold out. Not a lot. Some of it is sold out, but we had rolls and rolls of chain. So there's a good chance we have a good bit of that left. But I'll try and look. All right. Ever since I got that tick, anytime I feel like a little itch, I'm like, is that a tick? Is that a tick? Is that a tick? It's making me a little bit crazy. But yeah. Anyway, let me flip this around and let's get started. We're going to start with showing you some of the, let me actually take these banners down for a moment, because I'm going to start with showing you the AG Fine Pewter. So we're going to take a look at those like we did yesterday, and then we're going to launch into the Gemstone sale. I'm not going to dilly-dally too much on the AG Fine Pewter. Not that we're dilly-dallying, but because I want to make sure we get through the Gemstones tonight. Since that's the main part of the show. So the way this works is I'm going to show you some of this AG Fine Pewter that you may not have seen before, or you may not have noticed on our website, or maybe you've never really looked through the full collection on our website. And maybe you'll see them now as something new. The one thing I didn't do today, I'm going to have to punch these in as we go. I didn't get all the prices. So the first one is the violin. Do you have music lovers in your life? Did you notice that we have instruments in the AG Fine Pewter collection? I pulled the violin today. I think we have maybe a guitar, a violin, maybe some kind of banjo thing. Hello, Cindy. Thanks for joining us. So this is the A.G. Fine Pewter violin in antique copper, antique silver, and antique gold. And they are $2.25 each only. This is all available on our website. Just go to allegorygallery.com. I took down the one banner I didn't want to take down yet. This one. Use discount code MAMA to save 20% on these. So they start at $2.25. I think that's a really good, like, freakishly good price for that. $2.25 for a violin pendant that large, and then you can save, they are hollow in the back, and then you can save 20% off of that. So you're saving 50 cents off that, or so, somewhere in there. 44 cents off that. That's below $2 each. If you have music lovers in your life, check out that collection on our A.G. Fine Pewter, or check out the A.G. Fine Pewter collection on our website. And most of these items are available in the three finishes. And that was PP018 is the SKU. I've given you SKUs if you want to type them right into the website to find them immediately. PP018. This one is PP005. It stands for Pewter Pendant 005. Pewter Pendant 005. And this is the small Buddha amulet. Small Buddha amulet. And it's done on both sides. And it's available in the antique silver, antique gold, and antique copper. And it starts at $2. $2 before you're 20% off. So $1.60 a piece. That's a really great price. $1.60 a piece for a pendant. Those are light enough to be earrings too, if you wanted to do them in earrings. Next up is P072. P072, and I'm punching these in as we go too. This is the fish. We had a funky fish yesterday. This is just the plain fish. And the whole goes top to bottom. And it is available in the antique gold, in the antique silver, and the antique, copper. That's a really nice fish, I think. And that's only $2.50 each. $2.50 each, P072. Have you seen all these before? Anybody not seen these before? Let me know. Norma says both fish are cute. I think so too, right? P095 coming up. P095 is the shell. This is a really great piece. If you do any kind of sea themes, if you're working with sea glass, you got the antique silver, antique gold, and antique copper finish. And the whole goes top to bottom this way. Working with mermaid stuff, seascapes, sea glass, at the beach kind of idea. Those are great, and those are only $2 a piece. $2. I need to raise the price on this stuff. $2 a piece. So $1.60 after your discount. $1.60 each only for fine pewter with a beautiful plating. Getting a good deal. Getting a good deal on those, everybody. Okay, next one is PP020. PP020 is the guitar. So this is an acoustic guitar. Pendant. PP stands for pewter pendant again. This is the gold, the copper, and the silver finish. Let me turn on, I think I didn't turn on my one light. There we go. That's going to give us a little bit more light now. That helps. So we have, again, they are hollowed out on the back, so they're not too heavy, which is nice. Sometimes these things can get heavy if they're full of metal, right? So there they are. Guitars, PP020. You type that in on their website, it'll take you directly to that one. Or you can go to our shop menu and go to the Fine Pewter collection and look at all of the Fine Pewter collection and scroll through and take a good look. Are you seeing new things that you didn't know we had before on here, or have you all seen these before? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if these are new to you or if you've seen them before. Next up is PP030. 030 as I drop it on the floor. These are the skeleton key charms, skeleton key pendants, and the antique copper, antique silver, and they're flat on the back, so they lay nice as a pendant, and antique gold. And they're also very light. Like you could easily, if you really wanted to make earrings out of these, long earrings, you could easily make earrings out of these. They are super light. So that's PP030, and they're $3.50 each. Dennis says, I've seen most of the fine pewter before on the website. Do you remember these? Have you seen these ones? Are you looking close? Everybody looking close? Or are you seeing things today that you don't remember seeing before? Because I know some people yesterday, they said that they looked through the pewter, but they don't remember some of these. So that's why we wanted to show them to you. Also in all three finishes for each where available. Next up is PP002. PP002 is the large ohm. The large ohm pendant. And that is available in all three finishes. Dennis says, I didn't see the skeleton keys. See? I'm going to notice something new every time, right? Large ohm. Got anyone into the meditation, into chanting? They might appreciate these. These are only $2.25 each. Ohm pendants, artisan pewter, fine pewter, no lead. That's what that, when we say fine pewter, by the way, generally it has a little bit of a silver content and no lead. So no lead, no cadmium. That way we say fine pewter so you know it doesn't have any of that bad stuff in it, right? That's how we distinguish it. And that's $2.25 each only for those before your 20% off with discount code MAMA, which will expire tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. PP017 coming up. And this is the fish pendant. This is the fish pendant. Copper, silver, and gold in the fish pendant. Michelle says, I just checked my sugar level now. It's 97. I don't know if that's good or bad, Michelle. I don't know whether to congratulate you or not. I love the little smirk. You see that smirk on this fish? Isn't that cute? These are flat backed. Most of the pendants are flat backed. A lot of the beads are double-sided, of course, because they're beads. But these pendants, to lay flat nicely, they are flat backed. But this is also only $1.75. Danette says that's fantastic. So I'm going to congratulate you, Michelle, because I don't know what those numbers mean, unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess. I'm thankful I don't have to deal with that. I'm sorry that you do, but I'm glad that it worked out well for you. So this is PP017. PP017, $1.75. PP001 is the small ohm pendant, or charm. I would call this a charm. I would call this a charm. So there it is. And this is silver, gold, and copper, small ohm charm, only $1. So with your discount, that's 80 cents. 80 cents for those. How can you not just grab a bunch of those? I'm sure you all know people who do the meditation or who are into the chanting, or when you sell things that you know people who would buy those. Those are really cute charms. These are great to layer over things. If you have any of our shell pendants, these would be great to layer over a shell pendant or a lily-pilly shell pendant. We had a number of those on sale, I think last week. Was it last week or the week before? Those shell pendants, those large ones, if you got any of those, these would be great to layer over top. Michelle says 100 and under, I use no insulin for that meal. That's good. That's great then. It's nice to be able to control those things without the medication if you can, right? Danette says, I say Om every time I go to Sam's Club or Walmart. Need to calm myself. Yeah, they can be quite, I don't go to Sam's Club. I don't have a membership, but I do go to Walmart sometimes, and I get that. I get that. People don't know how to drive. Same people who don't know how to drive out on the road don't know how to drive their carts. That's my biggest thing when I go to those places. Suzanne says layering is popular now. Yeah, it is. Layer it all up. Make the you know, the charm bracelets, the charm necklaces, stuff like that. This is a cross. This is in the antique gold. Here it is in the silver. There's a nice big bale there, and the copper. And this is exactly, people don't know how to drive, right? Like, you're supposed to pull over when you're, you know, stopping, or you're supposed to, you know, travel in the right lane, not the left lane, going one way. Yeah, that's what makes me crazy mostly about it. Or when people stop to talk to each other, and instead of parking behind each other, they park side to side, and then no one can get through the aisle. Yeah. Yep. This is why does every Walmart have a screeching child in every aisle? I have to say that I don't notice very much. Maybe it's the time that I go, but I do not notice children very often. Maybe I just block them out completely. But children generally out in public don't bother me. If there's a screaming child in a restaurant, I tend to block it out. I'm one of those people. I'm like, kids are kids. What are you going to do? But adults that should know better, that's hard for me. Oh, I didn't tell you the price on that last cross, did I? That last cross was $3.75 only. This cross is $3 only before your discount. So that's 60 cents off. So $2.40 for these basic crosses. $2.40. They're really nice if you're doing any religious things. We have more than this too. We have some very large crosses. They're like big. If you're looking for big stuff, if you want to make the big jewelry, you need the big cross. That's definitely something that we have, and you could play around layering with too, starting with the really big crosses. All right, what's next? Okay, that was PP031. Next one is PF002, Pewter Finding 002. And these are bead caps or cones. Mostly call them cones so that you can use them that way. But if you have a bead that would fit in them, you can use them as a bead cap. They are about 11.5 millimeter opening. Okay. So we have those in the copper, in the gold, and in the silver. And those are only $1.25 each. So if you're looking for some really nice, if you look through the Fine Pewter collection, you'll see a number of different cones and bead caps of all different kinds. and really nice styles. If you're looking for something inexpensive like that, we have a lot of it. So go ahead and grab it now. Get it on sale. $1.25. That's what, just about $1 after the discount. Just a little bit over $1 after the discount. So $1 each. I think that's a good deal. And then I have PF003. These are $1.75 because they're a little bit bigger, but they're like a double size from the last one. So these are really nice if you're working with larger materials or you're doing that. Even the other one's good for kumihimo. But these are if you're using some ribbon or wide ribbon or you're knitting something, these could be really good for that. So all these available in the silver, gold, and copper. PF003. All right, P097 coming up. P097. These are modeled after African beads. These are modeled after some African beads, and you got the tube there that your stringing wire would go through, and then this is, I love this design. And we have a number of these African designs. I'm going to show you another one after this, but we have more than that too. So if you like this kind of vibe, I love these. I love these so much, and I don't know why we don't sell more of these. So I think they're really cool. They're very abstract. Whether you're going for the African vibe or not, I think they have a very good place. I think these would be great for earrings. I think they'd be really cool. You could dangle something from them, put something on top if you wanted to. They're also really nice if you just wanted a simple bracelet and you just wanted a few, maybe even a few of these if you wanted, or just one on top. But I think they're really great. And the other one here, oh, and that was $2 only, each of those. And then these ones are $2.75. They're kind of like a bigger version, but these are equally cool too. Like definitely very cool on like a bracelet. And you can probably get these holes. These are 2.2 millimeter holes. So you should be able to get 2 millimeter leather through there. And or even like 1.5 millimeter leather if you want to do a leather bracelet. Those would be very cool on just a piece of leather and be done with it, right? Knot it off or put some kind of toggle on if you want to. But simple leather bracelet or leather necklace be really cool. P096, $2.75 only. $2.75 only. You make sure no one's out here on Instagram. Hey, my mom joined us on Instagram for a little bit. Thank you for joining us, Mom. Good to see you here. Let me see here. What do we have next? This is PT. We're going into toggles now. Pewter toggle 012. This is the Ouroboros toggle. Suzanne says, cool design. I figured you would like those. I pulled those. I had you in mind when I pulled those. The Ouroboros toggle is next. If you don't know what that is the snake eating its own tail. And we have that in copper. There's the snake eating its own tail. And then we have it in the silver. And then we have it in the gold. It's very subtle. It's not like super snaky, right? But it's there if you're looking. So I think that's really cool. So that's PT012, and those are only $3 a toggle. Or you can get a fine pewter artisan toggle for $3. I don't know. here at Allegory Gallery. Actually, it's less than $3. It's $2 and what, 40 cents? $2.40 after your discount. Super savings. Next up, PT001. PT001. We just call it our toggle clasp. You may have seen this one before in some of our kits. We use this sometimes in our kits. It is double-sided, and the toggle bar also has the swirlies on it. So you have it in antique silver, you have it in antique gold, and you have it in antique copper. And this is only $2.50. So just over, what, $2? No, $2 even. $2 even after your discount. $2 each. These are really nice toggles. Very ornate for $2 a piece. Even at $2.50, those are a steal. And we have them in all three of the finishes. PT006. Looking for something a little bit more kind of basic. We have the oval toggle clasp. It is simply that. It's an oval with a bar. There's a little bit of a design extra on the bar, but that's all there is. So if you want something basic for bracelets or small necklaces, that's really, really nice. Only $1.75 each before your 20% discount. $1.75 for those. Available in the antique gold, antique copper, and antique silver finishes. Anyone finding anything they like today so far? Seeing anything they may not have seen? Seeing anything they might need? Let me know in the comments. If you're seeing things you might pick up. PT002 coming up. Whoops, I typed that in wrong. PT002. Suzanne says always. PT002. This is one of my very favorite toggles. And we are completely out of the antique gold on this one. I think we used it in some kits. So we have this in antique silver. This is called our modern toggle clasp. And you'll see the eye here, there, and this one here. So we have that one, and we have this one. Yes, we have it in the antique copper and antique silver. The antique gold is gone. The antique gold is gone. PT002. Beautiful in gold, right? Beautiful in those, though. I love the coppers in these especially. I think the copper is kind of my favorite ones of all these. Okay, we have PF. Back to a finding. PF034. These are the groovy. We call them the groovy end connectors. Some of y'all have used these. They have this design on one side. They don't have a design on the other because generally these are for like bracelets that you're only going to see on one side. This is a long one. We have some that are shorter as well, but they have all these holes so that if you were doing multi-strand or if you're doing seed beading projects and you want to use those holes to loop through, or like I said, if you have multi-strand projects, you can do multi-strands through and tie them up. You can tie them up in here and they'll stay knotted up in there, and then you put the other strand through. Suzanne says I've used them for earrings. Yeah, you could definitely do that. The smaller ones especially, you could dangle things from and use them for earrings. So this is PF034, $3.50 each only. $3.50 each. And then the last one I've got for you is PF029. And this is another groovy one. But this is a groovy bead ring oval. Andrew has shown these a number of times. I think we have circular ones and the oval ones, maybe even square ones. I can't remember. Rectangular. We have rectangular ones. And these have the multi-holes in them so that you can either dangle stuff from them, you can connect stuff inside of them. There's a lot of ways you can play with these. You could seed bead around them and use those holes to seed bead bezels around them, create things outside of it or inside of it. These are just really fun to play with. These are $1.75 each, and you can let your creativity go wild with these. Maybe we'll do a challenge with these someday. Get people to grab those, and then we'll see what people come up with, ways to use those. Andrew has shown a number of ways before, I know. So silver, copper, and gold in those. All right. Okay. Now, those are all available in the online store. You use those SKUs I gave you, type them in, and put them in your cart, and make sure you put Mama in the discount code place and hit send. Send that order in. Now, again, we are too late now at this point to do any shipping for Mother's Day. You will not get your order if you order discount code MAMA, but we are still giving the discount to all of you out there who may want to get yourself something or don't mind being a little late giving your gift. Yeah, you can still save 20% that way, okay? Just want to make sure everyone's clear on that. They're not going to get shipped out to you, even if you were local or fairly local. Sometimes the post office takes longer to get local stuff out than it does. Like, we've shipped to the next town over, and it has taken them longer than us to get things to people in California. So, yeah. Michelle says, I forgot you have those. I took a screenshot of them so I can buy them next time. Thank you. Yeah, keep it in mind. They're fun. They're really fun. Alrighty, everybody. Let's get the gemstone show started. So these are not in the online store. These are the ones that if you'd like to purchase from us, you're going to take down the SKU number. All right, I'm going to give you a SKU. We went to GS30 last night. So this is starting at GS31. Put that in an email addressed to info@allegorygallery.com. Put this in the subject line and hit send. First come, first serve. If there's a number down here circled, that's how many of the strands we have. If there is not a number, that means there's only one. All right. This is the retail price. This is the 20% off price. We're going to give you 20% off these on your invoice. So this price is the price you will pay for each strand. This is a really good deal on this one. This was a good deal to start at. This price should have been higher priced to begin with, but we started it at 50, so I'm going to do it again at 50. This is one strand of neon apatite. These are those heishis, neon apatite, and this is not as neon as some of the neon apatite, right? This is a little bit less of that electric blue, but it's still considered a neon apatite. So aren't those pretty? If you have any questions, especially if you're new or even if you're not, feel free to ask. This is coming already strung up. If you want to just use it as a necklace, you can. It is on sterling, so you have a sterling lobster claw and sterling extender chain. But you can also restring this or use these as you wish in other projects. These are approximately 5.5 millimeter beads. All right, and these are 18-inch strands. Generally, I don't have my ruler. My ruler is missing. But I do know these ones are generally 16-inch strands. I say 16, 18, 16. 16-inch strands. Let me see, do I have it here? I have this ruler here. I'm not going to show you that ruler, but I have it. It's too big. It's my Cricut cutter. That's what I'm left with up here right now. And this is, 8 inches times 2, 16-inch strand. 127 carats, apparently. That's what that number is. So that's GS31. Only one of those available. And like I said, once they're gone, they're gone. GS32. We have some beautiful, beautiful carnelian. Beautiful carnelian. One strand available. Look at that. If you like carnelian, this is like the deluxe carnelian. So these are beautiful briolets. And they were $69 for this strand. They're now $55.20 after your discount. Faceted briolets, large briolets. These are coming in around 12.5 by 10. 12.5 millimeters by 10. And this strand is an 8-inch strand. Aren't those pretty? Like I said, if you love carnelian, I love carnelian. It's one of those stones that it's so warm, it's so good feeling. This is a great strand for that. And at $55.20, you break this down, make some earrings out of it. I always say that, right? Make some earrings out of it. You're gonna make your money back. Let's see, $55.20 divided by, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So 38. $1.45 a bead. $1.45 each briolet. So you know you can make money on making some earrings out of those. $55.20 only. GS32. Next up, we have some Oahe Blue Opal. Oahe Blue Opal. Beautiful stone. These have some really gorgeous colors to them. This is GS33. There are 2 strands available. They were $50 a strand. And now they're $40 a strand with your discount. Oahe Blue Opal. And they each have different patterns. You can see these patterns are more up and down on this strand. These patterns are more across. If you want to choose one, you can choose one. Otherwise, we'll choose for you. GS33, only $40 a strand, and these are 8-inch strands as well. And where's my penny? I don't even have a penny. How do I not have a penny? Let me see. Well, I have a quarter. I have a quarter. For all of you outside the US who don't know the size of our quarter, I'm sorry, but there's a quarter. And if you're interested in something, you want to know the exact size, I don't have a lot of time today, so I'm not going to size everything for you. But if you are interested in something and you want to know a size, just leave me a comment, and I will try to do it here live on air for you. Make sure you list when you ask the question. Don't say, what's the size of that one? Say, what's the size of GS33, for example, so that I know which one you're talking about. Next up, we have Black Spinel. Black Spinel, faceted hearts. GS34. They were $25 for the strand. Only $20 after your discount. That's with 20% off. Beautiful strand of Black Spinel hearts at $20 for the strand. Only one strand of these available. Anybody need some black heart earrings or just one little black heart in a bracelet? I mean, a whole bracelet would look great like that too, but just put one in a bracelet with some other things, make it really stand out. I think that's cool. That's that black heart emoji, right? I love the black heart emoji. GS34. One strand available, $20. GS35. This cut is always super popular when we get it. We only have one. I have a number of these coming up. Only one of each available is this pyramid. This faceted pyramid shape. This is in sunstone, and this strand was $25, and it'll drop down to $20 after your discount. This, I think, is a 6-inch strand. These are 5-inch strands. 5-inch strands. They're shorties, but they're goodies. Beautiful sunstone. It's always a great shape and always a popular shape. So I suggest grabbing these soon if you like those. GS35, only one available, down to the one, $20 for the strand only after your discount. And let's see here, oops. GS36. Now this one is the pyramid. These are a little smaller. They're also drilled the opposite way. And these are pink opal. So where the other ones were drilled through the top, they were top drilled. These ones are drilled through the bead itself in this pyramid shape. So whether you like this kind better, these are really pretty pink opals. $20 for the strand again on these. And this one is a 7-inch strand. A little bit longer strand, but the beads are also a little bit smaller. So these are, oh, it's hard to get a pyramid, about 6 millimeters. 6.5 millimeters. But look how pretty those are. I like the darker ones, even though I know pink opal, you're looking for the pink part most of the time. Like they're kind of ombre on here, but I like these darker ones myself. GS36. GS37 coming up. It's another one of these that are similar to the last strand, same size, same drill, hole drilled this way. These are peach moonstone. And you see that moonstone chatoyance in there when it hits the light, especially on the edges. When those edges reflect. See that? Beautiful, deep peach moonstone. I don't know, like it's almost gray, but it's such a deep peach moonstone. I think it's beautiful. And so much of that chatoyance in there, and only $20 a strand. This strand is another 7-inch strand. Same as the last one. Beautiful shapes. $20 for the strand. All right, next up, GS38. GS38. Smoky quartz. Nice quality smoky quartz. Very nice quality smoky quartz. Check those out. Beautiful quality smoky quartz. Very clear. Very few inclusions. Very nicely faceted on these rondelles. These are kind of those sharper, pointier rondelles. But look how beautiful. Sometimes smoky quartz is not, as uniform. These are very uniform to each other on these strands. And very nice quality. This is like AA plus, AAA grade smoky quartz. And nice color. Sometimes smoky quartz is also so light, it's barely smoky quartz, but you can tell what that is. So 65 originally, coming to 52 a strand. These are 16-inch strands. They come already made on the sterling lobster and extender chain, but you can restring them or use the beads as you wish, whatever you'd like to do. GS38. How's everyone doing out there? Having a good time? Enjoying the gemstone show? Michelle loves smoky quartz. It's a good stone. It's a good stone. When you get a good sample of it, right? Sometimes you see it and it's not great and it ruins it for smoky quartz, but when you see a good example of smoky quartz, it's really a beautiful stone. GS39 was $25, now $20. These are black spinel drops. Beautiful black spinel faceted drops. And I love these. Black spinel is always, it feels always a little heavier than other stones. It's one of the ways you can tell it's black spinel. It's a dense stone and it's really pretty. So only one strand of that available. This is a shorty. It's about a 5 1/4 inch strand. But these are beautifully cut and they shimmer. That black spinel gives you that hard flash. So you get a really good flash off of each facet on those. GS39. Anybody taking notes for the ones they want to claim? How's it going? What's everybody doing? It's very quiet. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Anybody still out there? It tells me there are people out there. Michelle's talking. Looks so much like onyx to me. Yeah, it's, onyx, obsidian, black spinel. Hard to tell the difference sometimes. Black spinel is generally harder. It's a heavier, denser stone. And it gives you a nice, really nice flash. Now, obsidian can also give you a really nice flash. Onyx is a little bit less flashy, I'd say. But obsidian, because it's actually a glass, you get a good flash off of it. But black spinel has that harder stone. It's kind of like sapphire in that it gives you a harder flash. Danette's here, says taking lots of notes. Good, good, good. GS40. GS40 is this gorgeous amethyst. And these are smooth, graduated rondelles. They graduate from about 5.8 millimeters up to about 10.4, 10.3, 10.4. And they are not dyed. This is just really great quality amethyst. Few inclusions here and there, but really nice clarity of color. $75 originally for this necklace or strand, however you want to look at that. Down to $60, only one of these available. Amethyst is one of those stones that everyone knows. And that's the nice thing about amethyst. Like, for some reason, I've seen amethyst kind of die down. It's like rose quartz. Amethyst and rose quartz have kind of died down a little bit and people purchasing them to make things. But when we get people, when we have the store open and we get people in the store buying things, the people who are new to gemstones, these are the two they know. They know amethyst and they know rose quartz. And they know they're healing stones. They know they're good for, amethyst is good to help you sleep. So they come in looking for this kind of thing. And so when you have things made for a show and you are making things, you want those things, even though, you know, the whatever fashion people or whatever is in right now that, you know, like people aren't buying amethyst as much to make things, but you want those kind of things when you're doing shows where people recognize them, right? You want something that people recognize. And this is a very nice quality. I'm not going to have to tell you, but $60, if you divide up that strand, you know, I'm sure there are a lot of beads there. You're coming in with really nice markup that you'll be able to do on those for a show, on something that people absolutely already know. You don't have to educate people on amethyst, right? Michelle says her birthstone too. It's my birthstone too. I love amethyst. I love the color purple too. It's one of my favorites. Next up. Now, this is one that not so many people know. Prasiolite. Or they call it green amethyst, right? Green amethyst, which is prasiolite. And these are these little cubes or squares. I'm going to call them squares because they're not quite cubes. They're about 4.5 millimeters, 4 to 4.5 millimeters. And I have 4 strands available. These are long strands too. These are 13, 14, 15. These are 16-inch strands. Green amethyst GS41. These were only $24. They are now $19.20 after your discount. And I just want you to see, talk about clarity. Look at the quality of this. There's very little cloudiness, very little in the way of inclusions on this. These are beautifully clear. That's a nice high quality stone that these were cut out of. Danette says, time to get ready. I'll rewatch tomorrow or later when I get home. Don't wait too long because the sale ends tomorrow night. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you later. Have a good time with your friend. Hopefully all goes well. So lovely quality prasiolite. It's less than 20 bucks, y'all. You can get a strand of gorgeous prasiolite like that for less than $20. I don't know. I think if you love it, you better grab it, right? GS41. Suzanne says beautiful prasiolite, right? GS41. Remember, all you got to do is send an email to info@allegorygallery.com with that SKU GS41 lot number in the subject line and hit send. First come, first serve. GS42. When you see prices like this, you know the quality is good from Allegory Gallery. You know, we try not to do the high prices too much on individual strands, but when you've got quality like this, you can't help it. This is like AAA, even AAA plus. Peridot. I want you to see, again, look at that peridot. That is some magnificent quality peridot, cut into faceted rondelles. That's the goody part of the stones right there. Look at those. Every one of them, clear, nice color. It's that color and clarity, right? Beautiful color, beautiful clarity, natural peridot. Originally, this strand was $100. The 20% discount brings it down to $80. Michelle says, that is gorgeous, right? Look at that. Can I get it closer? Zoom in a little bit more, show you. These are excellent, immaculate quality peridot gemstones with those facets. And they're already done up on a necklace. If you want to use it that way, you can. They're on sterling. with an extender chain. But if you restring them, or if you want to work with them for yourself or make something for a show, just take them apart. The price is worth that, but also, because I know most of you are makers, you're not just buying to wear, but keep this because it's sterling. It's a sterling chain and sterling toggle. Don't get rid of that. You can use that on something else, or when you remake this, use it on whatever you make. Norma says, oh, right? Have you, look, for $80, this is gem quality. This is beautiful peridot. That's some gem quality goodness right there. Like, do you see an inclusion? Do you see cloudiness? Maybe if you look super close, maybe one or two of these might have a little bit of something. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm not going to rule it out, right? I don't want you to say, oh, I bought this and this one has a little tiny bit of, no. So it might be there. I might be missing it, but I haven't seen it yet. GS42, $80 a strand. And these are slightly graduated. I'll just measure this one a little bit. This is about 4.2 millimeters to about 5. So not a huge graduation, which is sometimes nice. If you're just using this as it is, it's nice to have a little bit of graduation. If you're using these for other things, sometimes you don't want as much graduation in it because you want to use each stone with something. And sometimes that graduation gets in the way. So there you go. 2 available only. This is a great time to buy them. They were $100. Now they're only $80. Get them before they go away. Somebody else gets them. All right. Next up, we have some really nice carnelian today. I only have 1 strand of this. These are carnelian, and they are graduated smooth rondelles. They graduate from about 6.3 up to the biggest one is 9.9. So 6.3, 6.5 to 10 millimeters. And really beautiful quality carnelian. Stunning color. You get some of that banding in there that you want from carnelian, right? That makes it really beautiful. You know, it's nice to have when it's just perfectly orange, but I like to see a little bit of that banding, that kind of extra in there that you see in carnelian. It lets you know it's not like glass, right? It's not a fake. So this was $89. It comes to $71.20 after the discount. And again, this comes already strung up if you want to use it that way, but we know your makers. Take it apart. The price is good. I mean, if you really count those up and you break that price down, let's do a quick 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 84, 85. So what? 71.2 divided by 85. So 84 cents a bead. Is that worth 84 cents a bead to you? Plus a sterling clasp and a sterling chain? I think that's worth it. I think that's worth it. 84 cents a bead. No brainer right there. GS43, beautiful quality carnelian. Michelle says, I have you on my phone and my big TV. The way the stones look on the TV just look amazing. Yeah, if you put that on the big screen, everybody, we're streaming in that high quality. The highest they let us anyway, which I think is 1080. But yeah, Thank you, Michelle. It is, they look, I mean, in person, these stones are amazing. So I hope they come across that way to all of you out there. Now, these are not something for everyone, but I don't know if you've noticed the whole neon thing happening recently. A lot of our friends, a lot of people in the bead industry are heading toward neon colors. I've seen a lot of neon seed beads coming out. And kind of those bright colors. And so one of the things that our vendor had, and we grabbed a few of them because we wanted to see, these are treated natural opals. All right, so these are natural opals that are color treated. Don't ask me how. I know they're permanent, but they color treat these. Michelle says neon delica drool, right? They color treat these, so you get that amazing flash and color of opal. Like, look at these colors, but you get them in these colors that you don't see in nature. So these are really something special. I have not seen these around very much, to be 100% honest with you. I don't know if a lot of other people have these, if you've seen these around, but these are natural opals. So they start out as an opal. These are true opals. You can tell they're not fake. They've got that beautiful opal flash in them, but then they color treat them to give you these bright, beautiful colors that incorporate that flash in them. So this is such a fun thing and such a right now happening thing. Like, look at these. And I know not everyone wants to have dyed things, right? Not everyone wants things treated, but there is a market for this. This one of those fun things. And these were $100 a strand because they are legitimate opals to begin with. They start out with good quality. Like, our vendor's not giving you the trash quality, right? We're not going to buy the trash quality opals and color them. You can see how beautiful and how vibrant these opals are underneath all that color. These are good quality opals that have been taken and they've been augmented and treated to give you extra colors in the opals themselves. And if that's not fun, I don't know what is. I have another strand, some other strands like this that are fun too, in a different colorway. So take a look at those as well. They're coming up. This is GS44. They're down to $80 a strand. These are already strung up. If you've got somebody that loves the stuff that's happening right now, you could just purchase this and give it as a gift. That would be great. That would be a beautiful gift. Like I said, look at those opals flashing all their colors. So we started with good opals. I talk like I did it. Our vendor, our trusted vendor that we work with year after year after year, starts with these beautiful quality opals. You're not getting junk to start with. And then they are treated to give you those beautiful colors. Look at that. Look at that. Each one, look at those. Each one. What do you think of those, everybody? Aren't those fun? GS44, $80 each after your discount. And I'm not going to do the math again, but I'm sure you're under $1 a bead for an opal. Probably way under that on these. All right. What time is it? I got to keep an eye on time. Okay, I've got about an hour. That should get us through. That should get us through. Okay. These are even brighter. They're a little bit more expensive, though. They are a little bit more expensive. Like I said, these are good opals that we started with. GS45. Look at these. These are, again, natural opals that have been treated to give us those stunning, brilliant, bright colors. So if you're really into this neon thing happening right now, imagine adding neon opals to your projects, or making earrings with neon opals. Such a cool thing. And let me show you these. Again, starting with really nice opals, you're going to see lots of opal flash in these. Sometimes the color subdues the color of the flash, but you're still seeing, like, look at the flashes happening in there. Like even this really dark one, you see beautiful flashes happening. And so if the color's a little bit darker that it's been treated with, you'll still see the flash inside, but you don't see all the colors. Now, if you get one that is dyed a lighter color, you'll see sometimes more of the flashes of colors coming through, like this one, right? This is pretty much, I don't know if this one has actually been dyed, because look at that. That's the quality of the opal that we're starting with to make these. Beautiful. Look at that one. And again, it's all how the light hits it. I'm trying to get these to hit the light. Some of them are going to hit the light better than others. But stunning strands of treated opals. And we're telling you up front, these are real opals, but they've been treated, right? Michelle says the neon thing was big in the 80s and now it's back again. Yes, it was. I loved the neon in the 80s. I love neon. I'm all for it. If these don't sell, I may keep one of these myself. I think they're really cool, but we always try and give you the, you get the chance first. I don't know if I can bring my light over closer to show you if it would shine more. No, it's just going to blow it out probably. I wish I could take these out in the sunlight with you. I probably could. I was going to try and sit on the porch and do this live today, but it just did not work out. But we have 2 strands of those. They are graduated, so they start at about 4 millimeters and they go to about 6.5 millimeters. 4 millimeters to 6.5 millimeters. And they are $100 each after your discount. After your discount. I know, it's a little bit expensive, but if you're really following the trend, you should be able to make your money back, especially if you're selling stuff for that. Thank you, all of you, joining us on Instagram out there. If you're out there, please say hi. Don't just sit around and lurk. Say hi. Meet new friends. We read comments. We try our best to read comments and make new friends with everybody. All right. Okay. This is if this one doesn't sell, I don't know what's wrong. This is a beautiful quality moonstone. It was $48. Look at that moonstone. That's that gray moonstone. Little briolets. And now it's only $38.40. $38.40. That is a screaming good deal. And this strand is 8 inches. And these are, if I can get in there, about 8 millimeters. Yeah, 8 millimeter by 8 millimeter. Beautiful quality gray moonstone. GS46, 1 strand available. Look at it flashing at you. Look at it flashing. That's chatoyance in there. Chatoyance, the cat's eye effect. Okay. GS47. Who likes Appetite? Who likes Appetite? Great quality Appetite at a great price. What? All right. These are more of the necklace strands. They're already done up, but you can undo them if you would prefer. These are all different kinds of Appetite. Again, really nice quality Appetite in these. And these are only $48 a strand after your discount. Look at that. You got the neon Appetite, you got the green, you got the regular Appetite in there. And I have 4 strands of these available. 4 strands. This one's not ombre, but it has all the colors mixed together. And if you're buying this to wear and you prefer one or the other, I think I have 2 of the ones that are mixed, all mixed up like this, and then 2 of the ones that are ombre like that. So if you're not taking them apart to use in your own projects and you want to just wear them as is, $48 each. Gorgeous strands of Appetite, all different kinds of Appetite. I need to get some music to play. That's what I need. Music in the background. It's hard when it's just me, when Andrew's not here and we don't have the chit-chatting back and forth. And then you're all so quiet. I know some of you are at work listening. I appreciate that. But it's been very quiet. All right, neon Appetite. Full strands of neon Appetite. Nice quality here. $48 a strand again if you just want the neon. GS48. Michelle says, I am still here. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. It's a nice breeze coming in the window today. I wish there was more of a breeze coming in my window. The other window is getting a breeze. As I say that, a breeze comes in. Thank you, breeze. Beautiful neon Appetite. And remember, these are all what doesn't sell will be going into the online store, but they will be going in the online store at retail pricing. Some of these may actually go up in pricing from what I'm showing you. So you're getting the best deal at the 20% off here right now. Some of these, when we put them in, I'm noticing some of them are a little bit low maybe, so they might go up a little bit. But that's the way it works. When I have to do more work, got to take all the pictures. I'm taking videos of each strand now, doing all the listings. The more work we put into things, the more the price has to go up a little bit for our time. That's just normal. If you're an artist and you're not doing that and you're not charging for your time, really consider how you're pricing things. I know it feels like you shouldn't do things like that, right? It feels like, oh, my time. Not a lot of us get in that idea where our time is not worth something, but it is, right? It is. Suzanne is present. Thank you so much. Next up, another stone that I love because of this beautiful green color is Prehnite. Prehnite. Aren't those beautiful? Prehnite rounds. Let me just grab one of these to measure. They're all going to be maybe slightly different, but these are graduated rounds of Prehnite starting at about 5 millimeters, and the largest one on here is 11 and a half. So 5 millimeters to 11 and a half millimeters. Prehnite rounds. Nice quality Prehnite. Prehnite is generally going to be a little bit cloudy most of the time. We're going to get that little bit of cloudiness to it. but you're getting a little bit of that black speckle in there, which you expect from prehnite. Not too much of it though, that it's obscuring, you know, that green in these, which is nice sometimes. It depends what you're looking for. I like to see the black in the prehnite, but not everyone does. And if you don't, you just want mostly the green. These are for you. And only $32 a strand. That's a really good price for these graduated prehnite rounds. Michelle says, pretty. I don't think I've worked with this stone yet. I like it. I like it. And again, these are done as necklaces already, and they are 16-inch strands, so you could just wear them if you want to. $32 is not enough, or it is not too much to spend on yourself, y'all, right? If you want a nice necklace. That would be beautiful with a lot of things, right? Be beautiful with the purple, with pinks, wear white, nice and summery. Lots of colors that would go well with. But you can also buy them, take them apart, and make them into other things. At that price, don't hesitate. Just keep the chains and the toggles because they're sterling. Reuse them. GS 49. By the way, we're going to try and go to 70 today, so we'll see. We'll see if I make it before my time's up. Just as I got my fave yesterday. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm glad you got them. I'm glad you got them. You got the lots you asked for. Next up, aquamarine nuggets. These are really, truly beautiful aquamarine nuggets. Michelle says, yay, more gorgeous stones to look at, right? I never get tired of it. Sometimes when I'm sitting here with you all, I look at things a little longer than I probably should. I linger on certain ones just because they're just so pretty. These are aquamarine, really nice aquamarine stones. Some of them are tending toward a moss aqua, like this one's a little bit more green. These are all aquamarine. Some of them are the bright aqua. And these were $122 a strand retail. $122 a strand retail. And your price would be $97.60 after that 20%. Really gorgeous aquamarine. What do you think of the aqua? Hopefully y'all like it. I just imagine wearing that. Imagine wearing that to your next event, right? Everybody's going to be asking you what that is. Where'd you get that? That's going to shimmer and shine on you. That's the kind of things I like. Things that make people come up and talk to me, because I am not a social creature outside of the store. In the store, I can be as social as I want to be. But when I go to an event or something, I often wear things that I hope are going to make people come up and say something about, so that we can start a conversation. It helps. And these are really beautiful. This one has more of a gray. I don't know if you can see it on. This one has more of a gray tone. This one has more of a brighter blue. Just depends what you like. But GS50, $97.60 after your discount. $122 originally. It's a good discount. Good savings. GS51. People already ask about the gemstones I use, says Michelle. I always tell them where I got them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for when you get them from us, telling people We appreciate that so much. All right, next up, if you liked, what did we have earlier? I think it was it peridot in these or pre-peridot? Anyway, we have the squares in garnet. These are about 16-inch strands. These are long strands, and these are the squares in about 5 millimeters in garnet. Hey, Susie, our neighbor, says, just saw you were on. Yeah, we came on early today, and that's, if y'all are just joining us, the reason we're early today, we normally go on around 7:30 every weekday. That's our general schedule, but we are on early today because I am doing this before my pottery class, and Andrew has been so tired when he's been coming home from his class at the Center for Metal Arts that I didn't want to make him do a live after he came home, have to get ready for something like that. So, because it takes us a while to get ready for these lives. So we came on earlier. I got ready, and we're doing an early day. We'll see how this goes. See what the orders look like on an earlier day versus a later day, and how it all works out for us. Maybe we'll do some more early days sometimes if it works. This is GS51, only $20 a strand. Only $20 a strand. Michelle says, I think I am the only one here. What, over on YouTube? I see a few people. You might be the only one on YouTube, but we have a number of people on, Norma was on YouTube. A few people were on YouTube earlier. Hopefully you're not the only one still there. We have a number of people watching that it's telling me anyway. These numbers sometimes lie to me. But GS51, you're the only one commenting mostly. I will say that. Thank you very much. Keeps my conversation going a little bit instead of me feeling like I'm talking to myself. It's nice when people chit chat back. GS51, $20 a strand only. Really great deal on that garnet. These are true garnets, not dyed garnets, natural garnets. And like I said earlier, if you missed it, I think we had, it was green amethyst. It was prasiolite in that size, in that shape. So if you missed that, do take a scroll back because you might want to grab those two at that price. I think it's the same price. All right, one strand of this available. This is a 9-inch strand of really nice quality chrysoprase. And these are the faceted briolets. Only $48. This was a $60 strand. This is some like AAA grade, AA+, AAA grade chrysoprase. When you see it gemmy like that, you don't always see it gemmy, right? Sometimes it's dark, sometimes it has a lot of the brown in it. This is that minty, beautiful color on most of these. Michelle says very pretty green, right? This is the green. I love it. I love it. Look at that. Look at that. What would that be like if you made a bracelet out of that? Stunning. That's what that would be. Only $48 for the strand. That's a great deal. GS52. GS52. Normally $60. And these are, just to give you a size on this, 10.3 millimeters. So about 10 and a half millimeters by 8 millimeters. One strand available. That's it. That's all we could grab. Like we said, we buy at low quantities, or I didn't say it this time. We often buy at low quantities, but diverse beads. We would rather give you a diverse selection than bring in 60 of the same strand. We don't have the buying power. We're a small store, right? We're a small business, and we don't have the crazy buying power of some of the larger ones. So we bring you diversity, over abundance, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I think we still bring you abundance, but in diversity. All right. These are pink sapphires. Beautiful pink sapphires. Wait till you see these. They're like, show me already. Beautiful pink sapphires. And I want you to see on the tips of every one of these, on the bases of every one, look at that shine. Look at that chatoyance. These are beautiful. Pink sapphires. And I had to look up because most of the time you think of pink sapphires, you're like, that's just a ruby. Not just, rubies are beautiful. But there is a difference. Rubies don't have, generally, if it has a little bit of a blue tone, which I think you can see in some of these, you're getting a little bit of a purple tone, especially when they flash down here. Rubies aren't going to have that. Rubies are going to be naturally very pink, or even deep, like when you get into the pigeon blood, is it pigeon blood ruby? You get into the very deep red rubies, they're going to be more red. But a pink sapphire is going to have a little bit of that blue in there, which I believe is titanium and something else. I'm forgetting now. But you can see these are a little bit purple, right? They have a little bit of a blue purple. So that's considered a pink sapphire over a ruby. So that's the difference if you didn't know. Because most of the time when people say pink sapphires, you think ruby, because it's like they're both corundum stones. When one's pink, it's a ruby. When they're blue or green or yellow, they're sapphires. But when you're talking pink sapphire, not a ruby yet, it has more of that blue purple tone to it. So these are not a cheap date, right? They start at $145. There's nothing wrong with that because this should probably be actually a more expensive strand than that. When we get a good deal, so do you. If you bought this from some other people, like if you saw this in a showcase in a store, it's not going to be $145. It's going to be more than that. But we're even giving you a sale today, $116. And these are, let me see if I can get my calipers on them here. About 7 millimeters by, at the largest point, about 4.5, 4.7. So 7 by 4.5. And those are, this is my love language right here. You talk about love languages, this is mine. I love sapphires. I love rubies. And just seeing those and the color in those, they're not just pink. They have the blue, they have the purple. Just stunning. Pink sapphires, $145 down to $116. Only one strand. Only one strand. Okay. So we go from $145 to $38 strands. Makes it sound great, right? Hey, Marianne, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, one strand of these available. Michelle says, yes, my favorite is sapphires and rubies. Mine too. I would take a nice sapphire over a diamond any day. Any day, any day. All right, GS54 coming up. $38 originally, down to $30.40 for the lapis drops or briolets. Again, this is not your ordinary lapis. Look at the color quality on these. Look how deep blue they are. Usually it's lapis from Afghanistan that is that color blue. They're not that denim, that stone washed color, right? This is GS54. And these are about 9.5. I'm rounding, folks. 9.5 by, if I can get that in there, 13. 9.5 by 13. They are graduated. That was kind of the midpoint. Not the biggest, not the smallest. But you'll see, they are graduated. But just a beautiful strand. GS54. $30.40. You cannot go wrong. Not with lapis that beautiful. Michelle says wedding ring is rubies and diamonds. That's a good combo too. Right? It's a fine combo. Nothing wrong with that. Wouldn't say no, right? You didn't say no, right? GS55. I don't know how we got these down to this price. Our vendors are good to us. That's what I'll say. This is chocolate moonstone. Chocolate moonstone. And look at those. Let me show you. Chocolate moonstone. $36 only after your discount. They were $45, so 20% off that is $36. Isn't that spectacular moonstone? You see that brilliant flash in every one, that chatoyance, that shampoo-y. Look at that. And then this is the other one. GS55. Hey Teresa, says my engagement ring is a sapphire. Nice. That's my talk. Andrew and I got ourselves, we were going to make rings for ourselves, and we got ourselves chocolate diamonds, and they're beautiful. And we spent, we bought them, we bought them from our vendors, so we didn't spend as much as we could have on a chocolate diamond. But we spent a good bit of money on them, and then we never used them because we both decided that if we're going to make rings, we want them to be sapphires instead. So somewhere, I don't even know where they are. I'm sure Andrew knows where they are. We have our chocolate diamonds that we've never used. Isn't that crazy? Michelle says, we had them custom made because my first ring I bought had rubies and diamonds when I was 16. Nice. These, I can imagine, we might sell all of these tonight. I don't know. At $10, $10.40. These, every time we get them, we have had these more than once. Generally, they sell very well. These are garnets. And these garnets, I call them the house shape. They look like a little house. Talk about forever home, right? I should put these in the forever home collection that we're doing right now because they are beautiful. And they are natural garnets. And they are $10.40 a strand. Now, obviously, we bought the Hank, right? And so we got a little bit better deal on those because we bought more. We were able to buy more of these. But we priced them at only $13 to start. That is not what they're going to go in the online store as if they remain. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. These are probably going to go in the online store closer to 18 or 24, somewhere between 18 and $24 a strand. Because we priced them low to begin with when we first showed these. I'm taking all the prices from when we very first showed. We've only shown these strands once, everybody. And if you miss them, you're getting a relook at them right now, and you're getting a relook at them with the discount of 20% off that we're offering. But once these go into the online store and I have to take pictures of everything, prices are going to be adjusted accordingly. Now, they're not going to go too high because we still got a good deal for buying the Hank. But yeah, Suzanne asks, how long are they? The strand length on these are about, well, let's see here, 13.5-inch strands. 13.5, 13 3/4, somewhere in there. Over 13-inch strands at $10 a strand. $10.40 to be exact. All right, and if you want more than one of those, you can put GS56 in the subject line ×3 or ×4. It's a really good deal on these. Really cute little house shape garnets and natural garnets. These are not dyed garnets. These are not junky garnets. These are true, real garnets. And so, you know, every once in a while we like to give you that little bonus offering, right? I know we have some high price stuff, but we like to throw in some that are not crazy for everybody. We like price points for everyone. We have hundreds of dollars in strands sometimes. Sometimes a strand is $300. We also have $10 strands of garnets, right? All right. These are the black spinel. These are shields. And if you saw Harry's post recently in the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group, Harry used some of these shields in one of his latest designs that he made. If you don't know Harry, Harry is a talented artist who hangs out with us most of the time. Usually, I guess, probably more in the evenings. I don't know if he's here. I haven't seen his name pop up, I don't think, today. But he makes raku and ceramic and jewelry, and is a force of nature, I would say, with all his making. He makes something every single day, and he used some of these shield designs in one of his latest pieces. He had the moss aquamarine, I believe, in his. I don't think we have any more of the moss aquamarine, but we do have the black spinel shields. And these are $30.40, and these are shorty strands. These are about 5.5-inch strands. Michelle says I should have screenshot those. The garnets, you're on YouTube. You can go back right now and take a screenshot. I won't go too fast. I'll stay here so you can go back and get a screenshot real quick, Michelle, if you want to. I'll show these for a little bit longer. Michelle says, Harry is amazing with his work. Where does he get all the energy, right? Where does he get all the energy? Michelle's going back to screenshot, so we'll give her a chance to do that while you look at these beautiful shields. Let me give you a measurement on these too. When these get in the online store, they will all have measurements, of course. These are about 16 millimeters by about 12. 12 by 16 millimeters. All right. 12 by 16 millimeters. All right. Hopefully Michelle's had a chance to go back and grab that real quick. Shouldn't take long to scroll back and scroll back forward. There, she's back. Good. Next up, GS58. See, we do what we can for y'all. We do what we can for y'all. This is Chrysocolla coming up. Chrysocolla. Beautiful little drops. Only $20 for this strand. Beautiful drops of Chrysocolla. $20 only. One strand available. Look at the quality. Look at how beautiful color those are. Those aren't dyed. That's a natural stone. It's got that blue, green beautifulness to it. GS58 Chrysocolla. One strand available. We've had this before. This is kind of a restock, and we always sell out on these strands. Always sell out on these strands. Michelle says, if those garnets don't sell out, I might be able to grab them later. So far, they have not, surprisingly. So this is Chrysocolla, GS58. Ooh, I gotta hurry on. We're gonna hurry on through these next ones, y'all, because we're getting close to 5:30 here, and I've got to start getting myself ready for my pottery class. I also didn't plug in my phone this whole time, so I'm gonna do that right now. GS59. See, I knew we had them. It was Prasiolite earlier and Garnet earlier, and now we have the Peridot squares. I think, what do we say? These are about 5 millimeter. These are short 4 millimeter, 4.5 millimeter. Maybe that's what the other ones were. 4 to 4.5 millimeter Peridot square cut. And these are the long strands. These are 13, 14, 15, 16, a little over 16, maybe 16.5 inches at a quick glance. So these are Peridot, really nice quality Peridot. So we've had the Prasiolite in this shape earlier. We've had the Garnet in this shape, if you missed it. These are only $20 a strand. There are 7 strands available. These are nice long 16+ inch strands. And we have the stunning Peridot now. Like I said, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Sorry, everybody, but if you want to grab stuff, you can rewind if you need to, if you miss anything. And remember, this sale ends tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. So you have until then to make your claims. But after that, everything goes back to the retail prices you're seeing, or higher sometimes if I get them into the online store. These are various shades of amethyst. So these are faceted rondelles. Yeah, I'm like, are those rounds faceted? They're faceted rondelles. They're about 4 millimeters. 4 millimeter faceted rondelles in beautiful different shades of amethyst. Only $14.40 per strand after your discount. And these strands are 13-inch strands. 13-inch strands, GS60, $14.40. I love these. Just a great price on really pretty strands of amethyst. They were originally $18 a strand, down to $14.40 for y'all. Or for yuns, as they say here near Pittsburgh, for yuns. All right. 2 strands of these available, and these are 16-inch strands. These are a mix. What a great deal. They are 7.7, so just about 8 millimeter rondelles or discs. And you have amethyst, you have smoky quartz, you have rose quartz, you have some more amethyst, you have lemon quartz, and then you have some garnet on there. Beautiful garnets. And then back to lemon quartz, back to garnets, back to lemon quartz, back to amethyst, back to rose quartz, back to smoky quartz, and back to amethyst. So, actually this one, I'm sorry, in between is regular quartz. There's lemon on both sides and then regular quartz in between. On my screen it looks more yellow. In person, they're clear. But look at those. You get all of them. If you couldn't make up your mind, right, you don't know what you want, get a mix. Get a mix. I like strands like this because it enables you to get a bunch of different kinds of stones without having to buy full strands. And at $40, those are some really nice stones for $40, right? I don't know if you're seeing them. Let me go through a strand here slower. Like, they have some inclusions. They're not perfect quality, but they're still very nice and well worth $40 for an entire strand. Marion says quartz medley. Melody. Melody? Medley. Melody? Medley. Nice blend, says Michelle. Yeah, for $40. Okay, I keep saying I'm going to go faster, and then I don't go any faster. I got to get through like 9 of these. I got 15 minutes to get through 9 of them. So no, they can't take more than a minute each. Okay, everybody. For everyone who liked that garnet before, I've got some more, but in a different shape. So these are kind of like a half moon shape. They are flat on one side and rounded on the other, and they are faceted. You see? So it's like a semicircle or half moon. Not the full moon, it's got the half moon. There are only 7 strands of this available. It's like, did I count right? 7 strands of this available. Michelle says screenshot now, right? GS62, $12 a strand only. 7 strands available of the half moon shape. You making some witchy earrings? You need the moon, half moon? How about that? This is a great color for that. Get some of those black heart, those black spinel black hearts, and get some of these deep garnet half moons. Make some witchy earrings, or make some goth earrings. Those are good goth colors, right? Sorry, everybody. The lawnmowers are going. I had to shut the window. GS62, 7 strands of that garnet available. Is that more than a minute on that one? Woo. Gotta remind myself. Keep moving. I just like hanging out with y'all. GS63. That is an interesting shape, Michelle says that's an interesting shape. It is. It's different. It's not one of those shapes you see a gemstone cut into very often. It's very different, right? Half moons. Who's going to have that? You see a lot of people around there selling half moon shaped garnets? No, you do not. Marion says a lawnmower. Yes, it is a lawnmower. Sandra says, I think I have that garnet. It's gorgeous. You may have gotten it from us before. We've shown these before. You may have gotten it. These are peridot. Very nice quality peridot. Norma says, I haven't seen that shape before. I like it. I do too. These are about 5.5 millimeters in peridot. And very nice quality peridot again. Our peridot tonight is superb. Today, it's not tonight yet, right? Today. I'm used to doing these lives at night. But look at that. Put that on your big screen and take a look. It's going to be really nice, let me tell you. You can pretty much see through that peridot. That's stunning quality. And originally $38, only $30.40. 5 strands of that available. Okay, next up we have some necklaces that are kind of already done up. And so I'm selling them that way. You could take them apart for beads, but when you see the way they're done, you might not want to. You might want to use them as is. Of course, the beads are nice too. If you want small beads, this would be the way. So this is a cat's eye bead. And cat's eye beads have that beautiful chatoyance. Stunning. Now, as you can see, these are strands. They are twisted strands that are gathered together. So if you take these apart, you're not going to have that twist anymore, but maybe you want them just for the beads, and that's okay too, because these are beautiful. These are 2.5 millimeter faceted, microfaceted rounds. So about 2.5 millimeter microfaceted rounds. Maybe you want it just for that, and that's okay. You could take this strand apart for these cat's eye beads. Cat's eye is a beautiful stone. It has that chatoyance you're seeing in a lot of these, that flash. I have 2 of these available. 2 of these available at $40 each only. Really brought the price down on these. Usually we sell these necklaces that are already done up starting at around $60. Generally we don't start them at $50, but we are. And then you're getting 20% off that. So $40. GS64. 10 minutes left, says Michelle. Okay, 10 minutes left, and I'm on 64. I'm doing pretty okay. We have GS65. GS65 is green rutilated quartz. Green rutilated quartz necklaces. Look at how pretty those are. And again, these are spun up strands. So whether you're buying them for the beads themselves or just to wear as is, it's okay either way. These are 16, at least 16-inch strands. Yep, 16-inch strands. And technically there's 3 strands on each one, right? 3 16-inch strands on each one. Green rutilated quartz, $40 after your discount. GS65. GS66. Same kind of strand, but this time in hessonite garnets. In hessonite garnets. Look at how beautiful. I know some of you love the hessonite garnets. Look at that. Marian says, maybe this peridot is what is in my hessonite peach moonstone and green necklace. I think I commented that I thought it might be peridot. Didn't I comment on that one? Saying it might be the peridot because we had peridot like that. I think it is. These are hessonite garnets. Beautiful garnets, already done up. $40, GS66, if you're interested in that. There are 2 of those available. GS67. Where's my sheet? Here it is. Marian says, yes, you did, William. I hope so. I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure. It looks like them. GS67. Tiger Eye. And again, these are what, about 2, if I can get it around there, 2.3 millimeters. At least they are very standardized, right? 2.3 millimeters, microfaceted rounds, done up into 3 strand necklaces. Beautiful tiger eye there. You don't always see tiger eye this nice. This is a really beautiful, and we have 2 of these available as well. GS67, only $40 for a necklace. That's a great gift. If you're even just buying it for somebody as a gift, that's a really nice gift for a low price. Michelle liked that one, huh? Oh, she says. I know. Okay, moving on out of those, we're going to prasiolite. Prasiolite again. We have Prasiolite graduated faceted rounds. Prasiolite, which is green amethyst. I want you to see the quality. I know I'm running low on time, but I'm going to take the time to show you how clear this amethyst is. This is green amethyst, Prasiolite. That's some AAA grade quality right there. You got a few that have a little bit, see, that's normally what you see is a little bit of cloudiness, but look at how clear those are. Is that glass? No, it's green amethyst. Graduated faceted rounds, originally $65 on 16-inch strands. Again, where do you find 16-inch strands much anymore? 5 millimeter to approximately 8 millimeter. 5 to 8 graduated. I just picked one to check. They might be a little bit different, but there they are. Prasiolite GS68. $52 only. Oh, that's a goodie. This is a goodie. Here we have moonstone. Graduated moonstone. Let me see. These go from about I'm gonna, whoa, come here. Okay, let's do this side. The other side's not cooperating. From about 4.7, 4.5 to the biggest one here is about 9.5 graduation. And look at the brilliant smooth rondelles in this moonstone. Look at those flashing at you. Chatoyance, chatoyance, chatoyance. Right? Marion says 16 inches are very few and far between from other vendors, right? And we don't even get many of them anymore. Most of our strands tonight have been, 13 inches, somewhere in there in a lot of these. I wouldn't say most, because a lot of them have been these necklace strands, and they are full 16-inch strands. This is only $48, down from $60. I told you, we usually start these at around $60. And these drop down to only $48 each. And I gotta keep moving for that last one we've got coming up, but whew, that I want to just stare at all day. That out in the sunlight, let me just tell you, shimmers. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. GS69 and GS70 coming up. Last one for today. If you've been taking notes, waiting to make your purchases, you can send me your emails after this. We have GS70. Norma says that's a nice moonstone. Yes, it is. This is orange chalcedony. One of those stones you do not see very often, especially in this shape. Orange chalcedony. It's such a cool, I don't think we've ever gotten it here before in this shape. Orange chalcedony in this shield shape. It's just beautiful. This is not a carnelian, it's an orange chalcedony. It looks different. It has a kind of that peachier, a little bit peachier color. It almost looks like sunstone when you get it really close. I don't know if you can see those little red, almost red kind of dots through it that sometimes you see in sunstone. Orange chalcedony. These are about 5.5, 6-inch strands. About 5.5-inch strands of that shield. GS70, $30.40. Only 2 of those remaining. Milky orange. Yes, it is. And I love it. I love it. I want to just put one of those on a chain and just wear it that way. On a gold chain, maybe? Silver chain? I don't know which one. All right, everybody. Or creamsicle, right? Let me flip the camera around real quick. Say quick goodbye, and then I'm going to head off to my class. Alrighty. So, whoa! Hold on, everybody. Almost knocked my computer on the floor with my phone plugged into it. All right. So, thank you so much for joining us, or joining us. We hope you enjoyed this. If you missed it earlier, I showed you the AG Fine Pewter. I showed you 20 more, I think, around 20 more samples of the AG Fine Pewter that you can find on our website. I gave you the SKUs that you can look them up on our website. And right now, if you use discount code MAMA for Mother's Day, you can still save 20%. It is too late to get your packages to you, but buy something for yourself. Treat yourself and put discount code MAMA in the online store and save 20% off almost everything there. Our newest items are Forever Home items. Those are not on sale. But the majority of things in the online store are. All the gemstones, all the AG Fine Pewter, all the pendants, well, not our pendants, some of our pendants, charms, things like that, African glass, Czech glass, that stuff's on sale. You need some vintage kind of rare skunk eye beads from Africa, they're on sale right now. Go check them out. And then we showed you gemstones today, gemstones that are not in the online store, but you still are getting 20% off. 20% off these when we invoice you. So send us those emails, get those in. Everything has to be checked out, sent in by tomorrow at midnight Eastern time because the sale ends then. All right, the sale ends tomorrow night, midnight Eastern time. All right, so thank you so much. And I will do this invoicing when I get home from my pottery class, so probably not until 11 or 12 tonight. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for you. Thank you. I'm off to pottery now. Have an amazing evening. I doubt Andrew's going to pop. He talked about maybe popping on again later, but I doubt he's going to do that. He's probably going to be too tired and wiped out. But don't be surprised if he does decide to do something. All right. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Back to our regular time, probably of around 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. We do go live most weekdays. We try to go every weekday around 7:30 p.m. right now. All right. So stay tuned. See you later, everybody. Thanks for a great day. Bye now.